Everyone, and welcome to the Parkinson's Foundation's Mindfulness Monday. My name is Krista Ellis, and I'd love to welcome you back to our sessions here, our mindful sessions for people with Parkinson's, anyone living and affected by Parkinson's disease. If this is your first time joining us, I want to sincerely just welcome you to the space, welcome you to your mindfulness journey, and of course, welcoming back everyone here who continues to show up in a mindful way. Thank you all so much for being here. Full transparency, I'm actually recording this yesterday. It's Sunday. My family is gearing up for a family wedding this Monday in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina. And so I wanted to make sure that I was able to welcome you all to this beautiful space that we've cultivated over the year. If this is your first time, just a few things to note before we get started. Everyone will be muted during the session. Feel free to submit any questions or comments by using the chat function. Join us on video. We love to see you. And a reminder, our next live English session will be next Monday with Dr. Taylor Rush from the Cleveland Clinic. So we'll see you guys here on October 17th. Today, we're welcoming Jacqueline Fitch back. She will be talking about the art of letting go. This Wellness Wednesday, we are hosting a part one of a two-part series for our social engagement time together, and really harnessing the skills and talents and benefits of improvisation. Should be a lot of fun. Our next live Fitness Friday will be October 21st, featuring the Massachusetts General Hospital, cardio balance, and multitasking. So it should be a lot of fun in the coming weeks here in October. Don't forget, we are hosting our Regional Care Partner Summits this fall, the first being hosted on October 29th and the following weekend on November 5th. I will be in Atlanta, Georgia, so if you can make it in person or would like to attend the live Southeast Region Care Partner Summit, find out where your nearest summit is at parkinson.org/summit. And don't forget that the Parkinson's Foundation is a resource at your hands. You can visit parkinson.org, explore the comprehensive content we have written by people with Parkinson's, experts in the Parkinson's field. If you would like to speak with someone, we have a helpline staffed by Parkinson's specialists. You can always write an email to us at helpline@parkinson.org. And now I will turn the rest of your guys' time over to our very special guest, Jacqueline Fitch. Jacqueline, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Krista. So good to be here with everyone. And I saw that someone put in the chat that you're celebrating Thanksgiving today in Ottawa, Canada. That's great. So amazing. So really happy to be here with everybody. Such a joy. And it is absolutely my favorite time of year. So I say, bring on the crisp weather, the comfy sweaters, the glorious display of colors with the leaves changing, and even better yet, that pumpkin pie. So I hope that you Canadians are enjoying all of those wonderful vegetables and turkeys and all of those great traditions. So this time of year, for me personally, brings me more peace and balance. I love being in the kitchen, making homemade soup, having a fire in the fireplace, reading. However, with that being said, I also have friends who are rolling their eyes at me because some of you may be feeling a sense of loss with regards to those long and lazy, beautiful days of summer with lots of beach time, playtime, sunshine. And I get that. If you're one of those people, you might be feeling a sense of loss or a resistance to the shorter days and the colder weather that is to come. However, know that nature is our greatest teacher. There is a profound and inherent wisdom found in nature, which is really quite magical. In fact, ancient healing modalities in many different cultures came from observing the patterns and balance found in nature. Nature teaches us to respect cycles, as cycles are a part of life. We have daily cycles. We wake up, we eat breakfast, we go to work, or we walk upstairs to our office in our house, and we go about our day, etc. So there is the cycle of our day, the cycle of our weeks and our years, and there are cycles in birth and death. And nature has an inherent understanding of this and shows no resistance. There is a rhythm to autumn. It signifies the peace of completion. Autumn, in all of its richness, gives us reason to pause and reflect on its invaluable lesson of letting go. It teaches us the beauty in letting go of what is no longer serving us. So the leaves seem very happy to let go, knowing that they will fall to the earth and nourish the soil for next year's foliage to rise up in their place. So the lesson to learn here is that nothing lasts. You may have heard that famous quote, "No winter lasts forever and no spring skips its turn." In fact, nature teaches us that the cycles are what allows life to flourish. The dormant season of winter enables us to contemplate what seeds we wish to plant come spring. Where do we want to place our attention, and create intention? What worked this past year for us and what didn't work so well? It's really an opportunity to mine truth out of our own experiences. We glean our lessons. So to sync ourselves with the rhythm of autumn, this is a time that we want to begin to turn inward. We want to take in the beauty around us, to care and nourish ourselves with what the earth is naturally presenting to us, a beautiful harvest. But here's the truth. I want you to know that leaves don't actually turn colors. In an article that I love by Omid Safi, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, he's a professor at Duke University, and he writes, without the key ingredients of the warmth and sunshine in the spring and summer months, the chlorophyll begins to break down in the leaves this time of year. So as the green in the leaves begin to dissipate, the other colors that have been there all along, those magical reds and golds and oranges, they begin to express themselves. So this is the hidden secret. Again, there is no turning or changing of colors. There's only the death of what has been masking the colors inside that have been there all along. The beauty has always been there. So we as human beings are just like this. Each one of us contain hidden jewels inside. What wonder there is in embracing the colors inside of us. What beauty there is in letting go and accepting. What loveliness there is in the death of one color, those greens, and the shining through of all those other magnificent divine colors. So I encourage you to spend time reflecting on what this time of year means to you, to be aware of your feelings and to acknowledge how you feel without judgment. It's okay. I get it if you feel this sense of dread of the cold weather to come and the longer nights. I get it. But honor your emotions. So really pause and ask yourself, how is it that I feel during this time of transition? Remember, I always say our emotions give us information. So through our reflection brings awareness. When we let go of something that is no longer serving us, it then creates space for us to invite something else into our lives, an activity, or an opportunity that will inspire us and bring us joy. So let's think about this. If you have paper and pen handy, I want you to write these questions down. And we're not going to spend too much time with them now, but maybe after our talk today, or a little later this afternoon or this evening before you go to bed, I want you to think about this. What can this season inspire you to let go of? What is it that you can release? What is it that no longer is serving you? So take some time, take a couple of days, take a week, and I want you to sit with those questions, again, without any judgment. And then the next question I want you to ask yourself, and you can write this down, is what colors do you wish to give rise to? Meaning, what would you like to nurture or give attention to in your life? So it often helps to think of something that you used to love to do as a child, something creative that you no longer do. So maybe it was painting or playing an instrument like the piano or picking up the guitar again, or maybe building a model railroad or whatever it may be. Maybe you just take this time with the shorter days to connect more with those that you love. Maybe plan to get together, take a walk outside through the woods, a hike to take in all the beauty that this time of year has to offer us. So it doesn't have to be anything grand. It could be the simplest of things. But just try to come up with one thing that you can really release that's not serving you. And I want you to know that also our resistance to change manifests in the physical body as muscular tension if we're resistant. So we want to cultivate practices that will bring us peace and relaxation. We want to create space in the body for the new. So in yoga, don't even have to be a yogi, we breathe and we move. So we're going to do a little bit of that today. So the first thing that we always should look to undo the patterns of stress in our bodies is our breath. It sounds super simple, I know, but we often hold our breath throughout the day and we don't even realize it. I know that I do, and I'm a yoga teacher, but I also, with my real job, it keeps me on the computer for long stretches during the day, editing and proofing documents. And I need to remind myself to breathe. So oftentimes I'll use my phone and I'll set a timer, even if it's every 5 minutes or every 15 minutes or every 20 minutes, just to take a full deep in-breath through the nose and to exhale and let it go through the mouth. That creates space in the body. It allows the energy of our emotions to move. It's very powerful. So the subtle patterns of the breath reflect the physical and mental patterns of the body and vice versa. It's a two-way street. So let's practice our breathing for just a couple of minutes today. So I invite you to put your feet on the floor, but if you're reclining in a chair, that's okay too. But just be conscious of the surface that you're sitting on. And if your feet are on the floor, I want you to be aware of the sensation of just being grounded. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths together where we breathe in through the nose and we're going to exhale with an open mouth with a sigh of sorts. So it's going to look like this. So really let it go on the exhale. All right, are we ready? We're going to do this 3 times together. Here we go. Nice deep in breath through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Twice more. On the inhale, feel the whole body expand. And on the exhale, feel the whole body soften. And again, inhale deep and exhale long. super simple, super powerful. Sound is also very powerful in transforming energy and our emotions. So today we're going to make the S sound, an exaggerated S. And you'll realize that it's impossible for you to hold tension in the body when you're exhaling fully, making that sound. So here we go. It's going to look like this. We're going to inhale through the nose and exhale. So let's do that 3 times together. Okay, here we go. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, let it go. One last time. And truly, it can be any sound. You can exhale the HA sound. You can purse the lips as if you were blowing a candle out. Just really inhale deeply and exhale with the long flow of the breath, leaving the body. Next, I want to introduce to you an acupressure point on the body. So if any of you are familiar with the practice of acupuncture, or if you see an acupuncturist, they have these beautiful names for these points on the body where we can access energy. And this one is the very first point on the lung meridian, and it's called middle palace. And it helps to open up the chest and regulate the lungs, to breathe in the world with all of its richness, to help us to be open to all the beauty that the world has to offer us. So massaging and opening up this point can bring us inspiration and joy. So what I like to do is I like to cross my arms where I'm just tucking my hands underneath the arms with my thumbs on the chest. And my thumbs are right on this line where your arm meets the torso of the body, kind of in this indentation underneath the collarbone, okay? If this doesn't feel comfortable to you, you could just take your fingers, go out to the line here where the arm connects to the torso, and then move a little bit in and just massage here. The point is very small, about the size of a pinhead. So if you're using all your fingers to massage it and keeping that intention of what we're doing, then you're sure to have that, to hit that point, because energy flows where attention goes. So just using your thumbs or all of your fingers, giving yourself a nice big hug at the same time, we're just going to massage this point. And we're going to continue to breathe deeply in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And you can even just kind of sway back and forth gently. That feels good to you. So I do this seated in my yoga classes quite often because it's such a beautiful point. Again, middle palace, opening us up to all the richness that the world has to offer, opening us up to joy and inspiration. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, we'll release that technique and let's just calm the eyes. This helps to calm the nervous system. We're also connecting the meridian system to the circulatory system and to the, the meridian system, the circulatory system, and the nervous system. So rub your hands vigorously together to generate some heat. And we're going to cup the eyes. So the heels of your hands are resting on your cheekbones. Thumbs are resting lightly on the temples. And your fingers are draped into the hairline. And soften the shoulders away from the ears. And let's take 3 breaths here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale deep and exhale long. And I've shared this with you before, but like if you're at your kitchen counter, you could just place your elbows on the table or the counter and just hold the weight of the head in your hands. Or you could do this lying down in bed. Again, very soothing, a beautiful act of self-compassion here, and also just calming any tension around the eyes. This is unbelievable, but true. We hold 80% of the tension in our body just around the eyes. Let's take another breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Then lightly bring your fingertips to the eyelids, with your fingertips pointing towards the bridge of your nose. Inhale, draw a deep breath in, and on the exhale, just lightly flutter the fingertips across to the temples. Give the temples a little massage here. And then lovingly trace your fingers behind your ears. Let's do that twice more. And then draw your hands down the sides of the neck as we activate the vagus nerve, which is responsible for that rest and digest mode of the nervous system. And then give yourself a little shoulder massage here. And then draw the hands to rest over your heart center. And take a breath here. And then with one hand or both hands in any direction, just begin to circle your heart. Circle your heart center, just coming into the fullness of your strength, your resilience, your radiance, your worthiness, and self-love and self-compassion. Keep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And this simple action helps us get out of our heads and down into the physical body to really tune in and ask ourselves, how is it that we're feeling in this moment? It's very grounding. And of course, the best way to ground is to get yourself outside to take in all those beautiful colors. Okay, let's just create some space in the body. If you've been with me on these Mindfulness Mondays, you'll know that this is one of my favorite poses to do to create space. It's called connecting the sun and the earth. So just bring your hands together in prayer position in front of the heart. And on the inhale, you're going to press one palm up and one palm down, as if you were reaching for the sun and reaching down to the earth. And then exhale, bring the hands back together in front of the heart. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale and exhale. So your body is actually a conduit to receive that energy from the sun and the energy as it rises up from the earth. One more time, each side. Inhaling and exhaling. You can do this standing or seated. Okay. We're going to end with a short reading that I'm going to share with you today. It's called A Morning Letting Go Ritual, and it's by Kimberly Valzania. And before we do so, I just want you to, with your hands again, resting over your heart, just bring to mind a favorite memory, a tradition, or your favorite thing about this time of year, even if it's not your favorite season. One or both hands over the heart, eyes open or closed. Just bring to mind a favorite memory of fall. So maybe it's going apple picking as a child, or you recall a hike in the woods where the leaves were spectacular. You were doing a little leaf peeping, as we like to call it. Or maybe it's just fond memories of a really great Halloween costume that you had one year. And just pause to notice to how that memory both physically and emotionally, feels in your body. Full breath in and full breath out. Okay. And as I read this, share this reading with you, I'm going to invite you to do one more thing. I'm going to invite you to bring your thumb and your forefingers together. You don't have to, but this is a mudra. It's called Chin Mudra in yoga. And Chin means consciousness, and mudra means seal. And by doing this, it helps you stay focused in the moment. Also, it completes the energetic cycle of letting go. If you're familiar with acupuncture, it connects the meridian pathways of lung and large intestine that end on these fingers. And it's just the perfect connection because, lungs are all about letting go. We take that in breath for inspiration, but in that exhale, there's a letting go, exhaling that stale air from the body. And then, of course, large intestine is releasing what the body no longer needs. It's a letting go. So you could rest your hands in your lap using this mudra, palms up or palms down. Every morning I wake up and then I just let go. I let go of the day before. And I let go of tomorrow too, preemptively. I look at what's directly in front, that moment, those minutes. That and only that is what helps me out of bed. I let go of my quest for perfection, to look perfect, be perfect, behave perfectly, and speak perfectly, and even love perfectly. I let go of expectations, the ones I have for myself and the ones I have for others. I let go of judgments, those I harbor within myself, for myself, and those I harbor of others. Judgments and expectations do not serve my spirit. I let go of impatience. Impatience is such a selfish thing. I let go of blame. For blame is a selfish thing too. And I try very hard to let go of my insecurities. There are many, so this takes time. And I try very hard to let go of my resentments. There are some, and they are poison. I breathe out my tears, exhale my fears, and I let go of all my past history over the years. Regrets are filled with pining, sorrow, and I will not hold space for them in my heart or head. I try really hard to let go of pain, the stuff I carry around, that heavy, life-sapping, exhausting stuff. I let go of all the advice and all the self-improvement platitudes, all the well-intended words. I let go of the need to be everything to everyone all the time. I let go of my need to feel needed. Every morning I wake up and then I just let go. And I just am. I let myself be. And that's when I feel the most powerful, filled with fire and freshness fierce, filled to the brim with promise and mindful presence. I am a listener. I am a seeker. I act on impulse, which is the opposite of my nature. I am careful, but I do not hesitate. Miraculously, that seems to open doors to life, my life, my beating, seeping, divine, one and only life. As the moment in front of me is all I ever need. Thank you so much, everyone. So grateful to have this time with you, to share these teachings, to share this reading. I think Jennifer is going to let you know how you can get in touch with me. If you have any questions, she's put my email in the chat. And I'm happy to take any questions if Jennifer allows us to stay on a few more minutes.
Sure, definitely. Thank you so much. What a wonderful practice, and definitely so many things to take away, including your questions. Make sure to keep those on hand. So many things to think about for future. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat. If you have anything for Jacqueline, or if you'd like some more information about where you can see Jacqueline next, feel free to email her at JacquelineFitchYoga@gmail.com. I see some great positive comments. What a wonderful practice. So thank you. Thank you for leading us in that. And then let's see what else. Anybody else? Any questions? We're quiet today. I guess they just enjoyed it that much. But thank you so much, Jacqueline, and everyone. We will see you next time, next week, 1 o'clock Eastern. If you have any questions, we're always here, and feel free to email Jacqueline if you'd like to follow her, or follow myself and Krista and by email at florida@parkinson.org. We hope you have a great rest of your week, and thank you again for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.